Now, joining us to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is a Rise News analyst, Mr. Emmanuel Efeni, and of course, still with us in the studio, Dayo Shoboali. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Shaitan. Good afternoon, Cynthia. Good afternoon, Dayo. Yes, we'll start the review with the story above the lead. Federal court quashes regulation empowering NBC to fund broadcast media. Yes, the High Court yesterday, presided over by Justice Ofili Ajumogobia, ruled yesterday in the case brought by the Media Rights Agenda, contesting the NBC fine of 5 million naira each on three platforms for airing a documentary on banditry and security in Zamfara State. And the court ruled that, yes, the NBC overstepped its powers, not being a court of law in imposing those fines, because as an administrative regulatory body, it has no judicial powers. And went further to say that the investigation, purportedly, to use the words in that report, that they conducted is null and void.
It's not say we must separate interpretation of the law by this judge from the constitutional regulatory function of the regulatory body. Yes. It has its own statutes.
No, yes.
They will appeal.
Its statutes cannot override the Constitution.
Look,
right?
Who set up the body?
No, the statutes.
Is it not the government of the day?
The law setting up NBC. The NBC writes its own regulatory procedure.
You like the judgment?
Whether I like it, that is not the issue.
You like it, that's why I don't like it.
No, this is not the issue. Oh, if you say...
I don't like it.
No, I don't treat...
Yes, I think it has interloping... You see, it's almost a misinterpretation of the law.
No,
in my own view.
No, a judge...
They will appeal.
The only place...
They will appeal.
The only person or place where you can say it's not, the law is not correct, is a higher court.
That's why they will appeal.
No, if you want to join them in appealing,
you are not a lawyer.
No,
you are not
but
a judge.
This is
you are a communications person. You like this judgment.
No, it's not
a communications person too. I don't like it.
It's not a matter of like or like. Let's not reduce.
Regulatory. They say central bank has no right to punish banks.
If it's
do that. That is his own interpretation.
Look at it from another angle.
Yes.
The NBC accuses you. It claims to have conducted the investigation.
Yes.
It finds you.
It's a regulatory body.
So is the accuser, is the judge, the jury.
Don't get it.
Well, Mr. Shoboali, do you see how in that situation...
The central bank, there's banking supervision.
No,
they go around, they inspect, they give you their report, and they sanction you.
You
go to court, the court will affirm it.
Look, the essence of this judgment is that, and it was clearly stated in the argument of the Media Rights Agenda, that look, we are here to preserve the freedom.
That's right. If you are saying
information.
That, freedom of
and that is what the judge is saying. You cannot just claim to have conducted an investigation on a report.
If you are talking of the documentary. The documentary.
Yes. No, that's what the judge is saying now. And with this has implication for the way NBC does its regulatory functions. And I'm sure that the hierarchy at NBC will also take a cue and look at how they do their job. That is the essence. Don't just say you want them to appeal because according to you don't like the judgment.
Is this the Supreme Court?
He's not talking. These people are, when the judgment is very clear.
Let's go to
the parties. Okay. Now the lead story of this day newspaper, Nigeria's newspaper of record, Wike, we must stop paying ransom to kidnappers, bandits. Federal government declares crowdfunding for ransom in kidnap cases against extant laws. Rise in criminal activities demand immediate, resolute action from all, says the Inspector General of Police, inaugurates special intervention squad for battle FCTA to compile list of illegal settlements, shanties. Well, the issue of kidnapping is receiving, the attention, a lot of talk anyway, but we want to see concrete action.
Yep.
It's
easier said.
Yes.
No, Mr. Shobowale, I think it's easier said than done. If you have a family member that is in captivity and there's no other way to get that person back, of course there's going. I'm not saying it's right, but there's an incentive to pay.
Okay.
I do know someone that didn't have the money and the family member was killed.
Of course.
No,
I said it, that they will kill them anyway.
Okay.
And they will kill people.
Let me give you a very current
Don't be too
example.
emotional about it.
Those 4 or how many youth corpers who were going to Sokoto for their service, who were kidnapped. Those whose family members can raise the fund, they are already out.
That is
Some are still there because their family cannot raise the money.
we are degenerating into lawlessness.
No, we are not.
The state must
It's not as if
all of us.
It's not as if
the state has failed. Let us say the state has failed.
It's not as if I'm encouraging ransom pay.
You are encouraging.
But we must also sympathize.
Blackmailers don't ever stop. They will be raising their stakes, and your insecurity will be widening. Face the thing.
Okay, but
they should eliminate them.
But
Sam, that is it.
Well, it's not.
The state should fight them to halt, chase them away like rats. That's it.
Yes, it's like
otherwise,
if it were that easy, Dio,
yeah.
by now we won't have kidnappers and bandits in this country. But what it has shown that it is not easy.
The way you are proposing will embolden.
I'm not proposing.
You are supporting.
I'm not proposing.
You are crying because some people.
No.
You are forgetting that this.
I'm only trying to understand why people go that extent to look for money to rescue their loved ones. People, may it not happen to us, Dio.
Amen. What if it happens? It happens. That's it.
So if it happens, we should not pay.
You will make effort. No, you will make effort.
You must think of our collective security. If rich people succumb to ransom and these people get more powerful, they will come for poor people like you and will be able to pay.
It is not a matter of succumbing to ransom.
It is succumbing to blackmail.
Well,
the state must finish them. No.
Okay.
That's it.
So the state,
make the place
the state
for us.
is the duty of the state
by the grace of God
to protect life and property.
Fails,
But I don't want to believe that the state has failed. Like you are trying to say, then it means the state has failed.
I say if you don't listen well. If the state has failed, then we know it has failed. But the state has not failed.
The state is making effort, but
that's right.
The best effort not good enough as we speak.
Listen, you can't be on both sides.
I can be in the middle. I can be in the middle.
You can't be in the middle.
Balancing act. You know what they call balancing act?
It's a yes or no situation.
No, it's not a yes or no. We balance things.
How?
I say a little here, say a little here.
Balance Nigeria.
Okay, now let's look at the story from Ibadan. Of course, the Nation newspaper, Ibadan explosions, 3 dead, 77 injured, 58 houses damaged. That's the update. But the recent update is that, which was given on our Rise morning show by one of the officials of that 2 more persons were pulled out last night from the rubble. So the dead 5 now. Well, our hearts go to that. But you raised a very important issue when you were discussing this matter.
Okay.
About mining. Let's look at the Guardian newspaper. Outrage as Ibadan explosion exposes illegal mining, weak regulations.
Yes.
Now you are canvassing that if the states should be given powers, but for now, under the constitution, mining is under the exclusive legislative list.
Yes.
So for those who are saying they are progressives, the government in power, one of the elements, cardinal element of progressivism in Nigerian politics is the quest for restructuring. And so, when you restructure, they need to take a look at that list. States should have some control over resources, aka resource control.
Diversification of revenue.
Yes, but they're not doing that now. So what this
have to do it.
What this has also brought out is that the Minister of Solid Minerals has a lot of work to do.
Yeah, but there was a minister there before.
No, but no.
Who was the minister? Was it not Fayemi also?
No, at one time, Dr. Kayode Fayemi was the Minister of Solid Minerals. But there's work to be done.
That's what, you know, this man, the insurance man, was saying in the World Economic Forum, that in Ondo State, they have a 460 billion worth of bitumen.
Yes.
And that the investors should come there. That's sort of promotion.
Now let's look at the foreign newspapers quickly. The Guardian newspaper, Sunak's Rwanda bill survives as Tory revolt melts away. For now, that's how the Guardian of UK is reporting the story.
No, what that means? Yes. we are bound.
There's another day.
There's another day. Rwanda.
For those, well, now the Times of London, Rwanda revolt withers away.
That's right.
But the story on the Daily Telegraph, hospital surgery for king and princess, of course, the king of King Charles III of the United Kingdom, Nigeria. Well, is heading for some prostate treatment, and the princess also is undergoing abdominal operation. Well, we them
why don't we discuss Rwanda?
No, go ahead.
These colonialists.
Yes.
See, when they in their this is retributive justice now. When they have problem with immigration now, they cannot control them. Now they have brought them back to Rwanda. And they've paid a lot of money.
Yes.
But some in the Tory party felt that they have not moved fast enough, that they should even do that. But at the end of the day, Labour voted to support him.
Yes.
That is,
well, they just want to deal with the migration problem, especially
practically.
Thank you both for that rich analysis. Mr. Emmanuel Ifeni, Mr. Dayo Shobale, thank you for your time here on this.